Hey folks, so today I have big news I want to share with you coming out of the Bitcoin space. I'm talking PayPal, I'm talking institutional adoption, and also largely bullish metrics. So if you want to get caught up to speed in a bite-sized manner in this EXMO crypto news roundup, then you know what to do. Subscribe down below to catch future episodes. Sit back, relax, and just keep on watching. So the biggest news that we have to start off with is PayPal. And PayPal is embracing crypto in many ways, shapes, and form. They want to allow crypto buying, selling, and shopping on its expansive network, right? Let's take a look at some of the details. PayPal is letting people buy, sell, hold Bitcoin and other crypto coins on their online wallets. Right now we can do that with USD or other fiat currencies, but they're going to open that up to crypto too. And you can also use it to shop at over 26 million merchants on its network starting in early 2021, which is awesome. And their president and chief executive Dan Schulman said that they want to encourage global use of these virtual coins and prepare its network for future central bank digital currencies potentially, and also corporation-specific digital currencies. They're thinking ahead and want to get on this wave before it leaves them behind, right? US account holders will be able to use crypto in their PayPal wallets over the coming weeks, and Venmo, which is owned by PayPal, will also get these expanded functionalities with crypto in early next year. Now, they aren't the first ones to do this, right? You have other fintech companies like Square, Robinhood that let people buy and sell crypto. The PayPal's launch is very noteworthy since it's very mature and has a huge network. They have over 346 million active accounts and processes $222 billion in payments in just the second quarter of this year. Now, I do want to note that crypto payments in PayPal will be settled in fiat currencies like USD, which means that merchants won't hold the crypto coins and be subjected to its volatility. Rather, it will be settled in USD for them. And this is interesting because a lot of central banks have expressed their interest in creating their own digital currencies, and even corporations have. But as we know, Facebook-led Libra happened last year. PayPal was a founding member, but they dropped out. But that does not mean they have given up on crypto, as we see with this recent announcement. They also secured the first conditional crypto license from the New York State Department of Financial Services, which lets their customers purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, initially at least, and they're partnered with Paxos Trust Company to offer this service. As you probably have noticed, Bitcoin has soared to around 13K in the past few days as this PayPal news and other great news has kind of spurred price action, right? And this article that we're looking at is a couple days old, so the price probably has changed by the time you're watching this, but we all noticed this undeniable boost in Bitcoin and in most other cryptocurrencies as well. At that point in time, Bitcoin's best day in over a year as 24 hours gains topped 7%, right? That was really exciting. A lot of people buzzing about Bitcoin and its price action all through Twitter, all through social media, and our communities. And this article also says that a lot of analysts and figureheads in the crypto space, some of them are not so happy about PayPal's actions because yes, they're opening to crypto, but they don't give people full functionality with what they can do compared to standard crypto wallets, right? They place restrictions on how funds can enter and leave these PayPal crypto wallets. So Plan B, a pretty famous analyst, said that it's just entries in a PayPal database, nothing to do with Bitcoin. But the sentiment has been extremely positive regardless throughout the broader market. Now, the next topic I have to mention is that corporations have been gobbling up Bitcoin as part of their treasury reserve or as their reserve asset per se. Usually this was just cash or maybe bonds, but Bitcoin has been making waves in the news as firms like Square, MicroStrategy, Stoneridge, in a lot of different industries, but legit, publicly traded, huge corporations have been buying Bitcoin and giving the rest of the corporations confidence to follow, right? We all know that Square announced this. They invested $50 million in Bitcoin. 5 days later, Stoneridge Holdings, which manages over $10 billion in assets, purchased over 10,000 BTC worth around $114 million at that time. They both followed MicroStrategy, which we don't need to mention because they were the first pioneers of this. And this just gives others more confidence because The Fed's balance sheet has ballooned by 3 trillion. The dollar has depreciated against BTC. And so that and other reasons give people less confidence in USD long term and more confidence in assets like BTC. So some more reasons that people point to is that bond yields are almost non-existent, gold is underperforming, so firms that have a lot of liquidity have fewer places to put their cash, so they're turning to crypto, right? And Saifedean Ammous, a pretty famous figurehead and author in this Bitcoin space, has said that he expected firms to take a small position as a hedge, but these big moves really show that Bitcoin is gaining mainstream credibility because they're choosing to go with large allocations of their whole balance sheet per se. And they especially love Bitcoin because they're worried about devaluation of the dollar, while Bitcoin is non-sovereign, fixed supply, and deflationary asset. So they see it as a hedge or insurance against current market conditions, which are not good per many analysts and Wall Street firms, for example. And some people have quoted that both Europe and US are struggling with coronavirus, and investors are expecting governments and central banks to continue printing massive amounts of stimulus. So while Bitcoin is risky, the appetite increases while the risk appetite is strong. So as these fiat currencies resume a downtrend, you can expect Bitcoin and other cryptos to get some safe haven flows alongside gold. So that's really interesting, and we see more and more of these firms getting involved and getting a really significant part of their allocation into crypto. They just love the limited supply of Bitcoin and the hard money aspect of it. And besides those, another one in the London Stock Exchange, a fintech firm called Mode, is the first publicly listed company to announce significant Bitcoin holdings, right? Mode has a Bitcoin banking app and it's listed on the LSE earlier this year. They said that the UK interest rates at the lowest level in the Bank of England's 326-year history. So this is happening around the world, not only in the US, in the UK, other countries too, so that their confidence in the long-term value of Bitcoin has only increased. They believe, quote, Bitcoin is a vehicle for financial empowerment. Through Mode, investors can gain exposure to this asset class through a listed and fully compliant company. And here's their tweet announcing them allocating 10% of their cash reserves to purchase Bitcoin as part of their treasury reserve asset. Now, I do want to note that while this is amazing news that Mode and other companies are getting involved, they are a pretty small firm compared to the other ones we talked about previously. They are only about 46.9 million total market cap. They IPO'd and listed early, right? They aren't one of those ones that are a unicorn yet. But this Bitcoin strategy and also their other offerings and products will hopefully help them grow rapidly as they continue to serve their customers and support Bitcoin as well. Now, because of all these great news, we have seen Bitcoin's average transaction value increase 500% since July, and that makes it worth more than $150,000 per average Bitcoin transaction, which is huge, right? Just 4 months ago, it was at a paltry $25,000 per transaction, but now it has increased immensely. And you can see kind of this chart at BitInfo Charts. Their data shows the spike in price, really. And this surge in transaction value has not been seen at these levels since 2017, the last huge bull run, right? So this is promising. And these large values suggest a greater institutional presence in Bitcoin markets because you and I aren't accounting for these huge transactions, right? The daily Ethereum transactions also increased by 30% amid the DeFi boom in August, reaching a 2-year high of 1.29 million in terms of number of daily transactions, while Bitcoin has constantly hovered around 300,000 to 350,000. So we can see that Ethereum is primarily used for newer crypto users, right? Because the Bitcoin active addresses also didn't show too much significant change, fluctuating between 650K to 970K in the last 4 months. So basically the existing people and potentially institutional investors are starting to send more large transactions during this time. So great news. We've always been waiting for institutional adoption with Grayscale, with MicroStrategy, with Square, and all those other companies we listed. Welcome into the Bitcoin space. We've been around for a while, but now you guys with your institutions and corporations can get involved as well. Anyways, that's it for this week's Crypto News Roundup. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please subscribe to catch these bite-sized updates in the future. I'm Kevin. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and cheers.